Hey guys, Dakota here with Cotton Creek Outdoors. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And today I'm going to do a special video about a buck that I hunted really hard back in 2021 and ended up harvesting in 2022, a buck I call Scarface. So it starts back in September of 2021. I got a picture of this buck, and I'm a sucker for just old, it doesn't matter how many points they have. If they're a big old mature buck, I'm going to hunt them if they're coming in. And the first picture of this deer was on the 25th of September, and he was just a big 7-point and had a little acorn on his left G2. And I've always liked those deer that it looks like an acorn on their top of their points up here. This deer had that, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hunt that deer this year. He's just a 7-point, but I'm gonna go after that one. And so I got pictures for this deer all the way up till opening of deer season, and actually saw this deer the first sit that I sat, and he come out at about 50 yards, and I saw him for about 3 seconds, and then he tucked into the brush, and that was the last I seen of him. I believe that was like on the 15th of October, and then continued to have nighttime pictures of this deer. And on the 25th of October he left, and didn't get another picture until the November 19th. And one thing I noticed about this deer, at first I just called him the Acorn 7 buck, and then the name Scarface was fitting because when he came back the morning of November 19th, he looked like he had been to war. He had skin hanging off the side of his face, he had a bunch of hair missing on the back of his neck, and was just a warrior. So there was either two things happen. He either got in a fight with a really big buck and it just whooped him and scarred him up, or he was shot by a hunter with a rifle or something and was just a bad shot, and it either went through the back of his neck and come out his face, or vice versa. And so I hunted this deer really hard. I set 32 sits on this deer, and he just would beat me by 10 minutes at a time. And he just was smart and would just beat you. I would get to the truck and get almost home, and then he'd hop in the feed pen. And so I had a ton of pictures of this deer, and I knew that with his face and his neck being infected, that there was a chance that he could have died from infection. And so I hunted him really hard 2021, and then it just didn't happen. He beat me, and that's part of it. You're not going to kill every deer that you set out to kill. And so fast forward to the summer of 2022, I got food plots planted, got my feeders up, and come August, finally got a picture of him, and he made it through the year. He got all healed over, and as you'll see later on in the video, how his hide, I mean, you can see right here on the mount that it just really had a cool coloration, and it just really told a story of an old warrior. Mid-August, I got a picture of him, and it was just a few random nighttime pictures of this deer. He was still being, you know, not as active on my feeders. But another guy that I hunt with was like, he said, I got a bunch of pictures of this deer in the daylight. He's usually the first one there. You spent a lot of time hunting this deer, so go over and shoot that buck. And when you surround yourself with good people, that's what happens. You get opportunity. I might have hunted that deer all season like I did in 2021 and just was never able to kill him because he was feeding in different areas or he was rutting in different areas. And so I went over there early one evening, got set up, and 2 young bucks came to the feeder first, and he was the third one that came out, and you could tell he was the boss. Whenever those younger bucks saw him, they kind of dispersed. He walked up and gave me a quarter and away shot at 20 yards, came to eat on a big protein feeder, and I slipped one right behind the shoulder, and it was like a sigh of relief. And it was a little bittersweet because I'd spent so much time hunting that deer, and it ended within 5 minutes. When you hear guys on videos say that, and it's true. Like, it was a bittersweet. Like, I had spent so much time focusing and trying. Like, I had set different spots, not just over a feeder. I was hunting creek crossings and where these deer come out of, and still wasn't able to get him killed in 2021. So it's awesome footage, and he came right in, and so the story of Scarface was ended right there. And I hope you guys enjoy the hunt for this deer. Alright guys, we're headed over. We're gonna go put our hands on Scarface for the first time. I am so jacked, as you can see in the video. He didn't go, well, you can't see how far he went, but I bet he didn't go 50 yards. Oh man, he is a brute too. Alright guys, so here he is, the long awaited Scarface. Wide, old. This is why I call him Scarface. You can see scars last year. He came up all beat up. Had all this hair missing last year. Just a beautiful, beautiful old deer. Can't believe finally made it happen. I chased him for a long time. Smoked him. He didn't go 50 yards. I didn't get a lot of footage of when I first got to him, but I was a little pumped up. But he is a really, really good deer. So yeah, like you saw in the video, it was great to close that chapter in my hunting career, and owe a lot to this deer about learning patience, and don't get me wrong, I can sit for a while and watch deer, but I passed a lot of really good deer in hopes of shooting this deer in 2021, and so if you guys are new here, like I said earlier in the video, thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. On the next video, actually the night after I killed Scarface, the ranch that I helped guide on, the Wagner Souder Ranch, I killed a big 6-point the following night. So I killed 2 great deer in 2 days. So that'll be on the next video. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you see that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see y'all on the next one.